Even though the title of this message is 7 Reasons I Won't Play Any Reindeer Games, I assure you it's not about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So let's get started. Hey, child of God, welcome to the Rich Sauce TV broadcast, brought to you by the Debt-Free Army. Well, today's message, I know you're wondering about the title, 7 Reasons I Won't Play Any Reindeer Games. Now, like I said, this is not a Christmas message, but it goes back to a conversation that took place just before Christmas. My fine wife, Bev, and I had dinner with a dear friend one night, and on the way home we were discussing the penchant that some people have for talking about other people. And when we were talking about it, my fine wife said, well, I won't play any reindeer games. Now, this message is so important that I shot this week's video email about this message. But I only hit the highlights, the 7 points. I want to go through the scriptures. I want to cover this line by line, precept by precept, because I consider it to be exactly that important. I want you to know that Psalm chapter 41 verse 6 in the New Living Translation says, They visit me, I'll get this right in a second. They visit me as if I were their friends. But all the while they gossip, and when they leave, they spread it everywhere. You know, this message obviously is about gossip and people, quote, sharing about somebody, not talking about them, not gossiping, but sharing about them. And I was telling Bev how someone had told me about a ministry leader who was about to get married again. And you know, I thought about, well, is this something I share with some of the people in my inner circle? And then I thought, no, it's not something I'd share because, number one, I didn't know for a fact if it was factual or about the validity of the source, plus the fact just none of my business. So why should I talk about it? And that actually turned out to be a very wise decision. Repeating what you've heard others say without any basis of truth or fact, and maybe even with the facts, I think reflects a certain lack of character and is just spiritually and morally wrong. So I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you shouldn't be playing any reindeer games. First, being a gossip is a serious sin. Being a gossip is a serious sin. Romans chapter 1 verse 29 in the Amplified Bible. Until they were filled, permeated, saturated with every kind of unrighteousness, iniquity, grasping, and covetous greed and malice, they were full of envy and jealousy, murder, strife, deceit and treachery, ill will, and cruel ways. They were secret backstabbers and gossipers. I'd say that's pretty bad company that you would not want to be in. Go a little further. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 20 in the New Living Translation. For I'm afraid that when I come, I won't like what I find, and you won't like my response. I'm afraid that I'll find quarreling, jealousy, anger, selfishness, slander, gossip, arrogance, and disorderly behavior. I think it's pretty clear. Scripture puts gossip and people who gossip in some pretty unsavory, with unsavory characters or category, if you will. Second, you can't really trust anyone who's a gossip. Second, you can't really trust anyone who's a gossip. Proverbs 20:19 in the Message Bible. Gossips can't keep secrets, so never confide in blabbermouths. In fact, the Scripture tells us not to even hang around with people who are gossips. Proverbs 20:19 in the New Century Version. Gossips can't keep secrets, so avoid people who talk too much. That's pretty clear. Proverbs 11:13 and the New Living Translation. A gossip goes around telling secrets but those who are trustworthy can keep a confidence. Proverbs 12:13 in the Message Bible. The gossip of bad people gets them in trouble. The conversations of good people keeps them out of it. The point is, if you're talking about somebody, chances are they're talking about you to somebody else. And we'll get to number 3 right after this.
You know, there's all different kinds of money. There's hard-earned money, inherited money, stolen money, gambling money, and the list goes on and on. I'm Harold Herring, president of the Debt-Free Army, and I'm here to tell you about a very different kind of money, miracle money. I've discovered that God's miracle money is available not just to a select few, but to those who know how to reach out and receive it. I want to send you a free copy of a book that I helped develop and publish entitled Miracle Money. God told me to put this book into the lives of those who had the faith to pick up the phone and call 1-800-DEBT-FREE. If you're suffering economic hardship, if it seems you just can't make ends meet financially, then this may be the most important phone call you'll ever make. The book is free. The call is free. So why not pick up the phone right now and call 1-800-DEBT-FREE?
Learn about the miracle money God's holding for you. Call 1-800-DEBT-FREE.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about how we won't play reindeer games, or 7 things really that you should know about gossiping and gossipers. We left off with number 3. Number 3, a gossip will alienate, separate, and destroy friendships. A gossip will alienate, separate, and destroy friendships. Proverbs 16:28, the New Living Translation. A troublemaker plants seeds of strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Now, the New Living Translation, a gossip is called a useless person. And in the Amplified Bible, they call a gossip a perverse person in this same translation. So I think you can see it's easy to understand that gossips, regardless of what you call them, can break up friendships. 4th, the words of a gossip can wound the innermost being. The words of a gossip can wound a person's innermost being. Proverbs 26:22. The words of a gossip are like tasty bites of food. People like to gobble them up. The Message Bible has a little different translation of Proverbs 26:22. Listening to gossip is like eating cheap candy. You don't want that junk in your belly. I love the Message Bible. 5th, if you don't play, you can put an end to reindeer games. Proverbs 26:20 in the Contemporary English Version of the Bible. Where there's no fuel to a fire, it goes out. Where there is no gossip, arguments come to an end. 6, you have a responsibility to stop gossip. You have a responsibility to stop gossip. Leviticus 19:16 in the Amplified Bible. You shall not go up and down as a dispenser of gossip and scandal among your people, nor shall you secure yourself by false testimony or by silence and endanger the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. Now the Message Bible translation of Leviticus 19:16 says it this way. Don't spread gossip and rumors. Don't just stand by when your neighbor's house is in danger. Psalm 15:3, New Living Translation. Those who refuse to gossip or harm their neighbors or speak evil of their friends shall be blessed. See, the bottom line is, it stops with you. You can stop it. 7th, gossip says more about the gossiper than the person being talked about. 7th, gossip talks more about the gossiper than the person being talked about. Proverbs 25:10 and the New Living Translation. Others may accuse you of gossip, but you will never again regain your good reputation. Let me say that again. Others may accuse you of gossip. I think I said excuse, so I want to read it again. Let's try it again. Others may accuse you of gossip, and you will never again regain your good reputation. One more time. Others may accuse you of gossip, and you will never again regain your good reputation. Proverbs 4:23 in the Message Bible offers, I think, some good advice. Don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Avoid careless banter, white lies, and gossip. Proverbs 29:12 in the Message Bible. When a leader listens to malicious gossip, all the workers get infected with evil. Now, let me just tell you, that applies to you in your workplace as well. If you hear any gossip about a supervisor or anybody else, and you're a part of it, then literally you're infecting that whole your employee pool, your friends, associates, with evil. Scripture is very clear about what you're doing. In fact, there are several translations that say that if a leader participates in gossip, that all of his workers will be evil. Finally, let me give you 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 13 in the New Century Translation. Besides that, they learn to waste their time going from house to house, and they not only waste their time, but also begin to gossip and busy themselves with other people's lives, saying things they should not say. Our lives would be so much richer. Our lives would be so much richer. I'll get it out in a second. Our lives would be so much richer if we just listened to what God has to say and not worry about what anybody else has to say. God is the only one that you need to be talking about to your friends. He's the only one. His Word, that's what you need to be talking about and not what anybody else is saying. Child of God, I don't think there's any equivocation in these scriptures I've shared with you. Gossiping is wrong. Scripturally, morally, wrong. So don't do it. Don't play any reindeer games. But here's one thing I would like for you to do. Visit our website, debtfreearmy.org. Take your mouse, move up to the top where it says sow a seed, and just ask God if today is the day that He'd have you sow a precious seed to the ministry of the Debt Free Army and the Rich Thoughts Television Network. Hey, keep thinking rich thoughts and happy trails until we meet again.
Thank you for watching Rich Thoughts TV with Harold Herring. For more information, visit debtfreearmy.org, or to watch previous episodes, go to richthoughtstv.com and check out the Rich Thoughts TV archives player on the front page. Get your free copy of Miracle Money. Visit www.miraclemoney.org and join thousands of other believers who are now experiencing miracle money because they took the first step. They read this book. Now it's your turn.